Is this the end? I want to know. Is this the end? Emmitt, what I tell you, baby?
Incident or a moment in your career where you just knew right then, kind of an aha moment where you knew right then that, you know what, it's time for me to retire and maybe step away from the game.
Warrick, you want to go first, and then Chris, and then I'll wrap it up.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So I really didn't have a moment like that. I didn't have one of those, I thought I can play another year or two, and I just chose to walk away. And I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with the family, Thanksgiving and Christmas, those holidays that we can't do when we're playing. And I really started to value that time. And I just gave up on, okay, I'm not going to look for another team to play with. Try to sign on late. I'm just, move on with my life and go to the next phase. And I just got to a spot where I was sure, because it was time for me to move on. I didn't, undersized. I played 12 years. I went 9 years further than most people thought I would ever go. So, just being undersized like that. So I was just thankful that I got the years in, and you build relationships over the years. So I built positive and solid relationships, and I was just ready to move forward in my life.
All right.
Yeah. And, I told you about breaking both of my wrists in practice, and everybody started laughing, and I was already making them laugh in class. So I said, you know what? I'm better, telling jokes. And, when I didn't dress out for PE, I became a preacher in the gym and made everybody laugh like easily, effortlessly. So I hosted the talent shows. And, and I thank God I found my passion early on in about the 10th grade. I started hosting the talent shows, and I said, I'm going to go ahead and start focusing on that early. And then, by the time I got out of high school, I'll be ready to go, find a comedy club and be a professional. So that's when I started. I said, I need to stop this.
All right.
Well, for me, I had a realization. I really did.
Okay.
And mine came my first year with the Arizona Cardinals. We came back to play the Cowboys in Texas Stadium. And I got off the bus. And I got into the visitor locker room. For the first time, I walked in on the visitor side because I had played 13 years with the Cowboys. And so I'm walking in and I'm not used to coming to the stadium on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm used to driving. And so it was a big deal for me. And I got in the locker room. I'm setting up. I see all the Cardinal stuff, and I sit down in my locker. And I felt out of place. I felt for the first time in my NFL career, I felt out of place. And it broke my heart into 1,000 pieces.
Yep, I'm sure.
I cried for about 45 minutes to an hour. And my teammates was walking around me, watching me. And I'm sitting here in the locker. And I had prepared physically prepared, mentally prepared, was emotionally ready to go and sign on with the Cardinals and everything else. But right then in the moment, I started saying, I'm in the wrong locker room. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And I come to realize that after that game, I got hurt in that game. And I realized right then and there, I said, I have become the all-time leading rusher. I've got 3 Super Bowls. I've done everything that I wanted to do in this sport. Why am I doing this? What else is there for me to prove? Mm-hmm. And I made up my mind right then and there that it might be time for me to leave the game. But one thing I did know, that I could not leave the Cardinals where they were. I owed them that much to honor out my contract, right, to give them my very best. And that's what I tried to do from that point forward. And when the season was over, my last game with the Cardinals, I'm walking off the field. I run into Tim Brown, and he and I embrace. He asked me the question. He said, E, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know yet. He said this, just because you can doesn't mean that you should. And that stuck with me. So I walked off from the 50 to this goal line, got to the edge of the goal line, took a look back into the stadium, took my shoes off, tied them in a knot, threw them over my shoulder. Looked around, took a deep breath, waved at everybody, and walked completely out.
Wow.
And that was it for me. That was it for me. And this is how I know it was it for me, because that same January, we were at the Super Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm playing golf with my roommate, Terrence Barber. And we playing at TPC. And we're on a back nine or something like that. And I get a call from my agent, Eugene Parker. And Parker asked, he said, "Are you sure you're ready to retire?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why?" He said, "Because Buffalo wants you to come back, and they're willing to pay you $3 million a year to go and work with Willis McGahee." And I thought about it. I said, "No, I'm done, bro. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not going to have my family moving around from city to city, all that. No." I said, "It's time for me to go back to Dallas. I'm going back home. It's time for me to start my next career and get focused on that. I've had enough of football." And that's how mine ended.
Oh,
Nice.
That's
Excellent.
exactly how mine ended.
My
And,
bad. Touchdown. My bad.
Touchdown, baby.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Go ahead, Falcon. I told you, Ridley, I'm a prophet. I'm a football prophet.
Emmett,
A football prophet. Didn't I tell you Ridley was going to score another one?
Yeah. You said
It's
a whole lot
Sunday.
of things,
This is
Chris.
the
You
day
said
the
a whole
Lord
lot
has
of things.
made for the Falcons.
Emmett, this is
said a
going to be
whole
a
lot of
long day
things.
for you. They're ganging up on you all day.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
One quick question, hey, for Warrick and this Emmitt, what made Walter Payton so great, man? It just seemed like off the field. What made this man so great? Everybody just reveres him. I know he's a great running back.
Right. For me, he was
Well-
my size. He was not a very big guy, and he worked out and trained like you won't freaking believe, running the hills of Mississippi and the deltas of Mississippi.
I heard that.
He was a fun guy to be around. He had fun on the football field. He loved the game. He loved his teammates, and he put everything into it. And so he was a professional. He was a consummate professional.
Was he funny?
And, yeah, he was a practical joker. He put pranks on people and all that kind of stuff. That's just the kind of guy he was, and he just loved the sport. But on the football field, he was a beast.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
He would be denied. And sometimes you take those things and you use it as fuel to motivate you, because people are constantly telling you what you cannot do and what you should not be able to do.
Yep.
How come I cannot do it? If another human can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
And so that's what I loved about him. And when I spent time with him, he was a giver. He shared information. He wanted to see me become successful.
Wow.
And he was giving me clues and tips and things to do and how to train and prepare my body.
What's the most
What I
important
had-
thing he told you? The most important thing you said, man, this is incredible.
You know, I think the most important thing that he told me was, you always got to be, it's easier to stay in shape than it is to get into shape.
Yep.
So whatever you do, prepare yourself and prepare to take your body through living hell. And if you do that, it may never have to go through living hell.
Whoa.
Because you've already been there.
Yeah.
And there is nothing that anybody can throw at you when you prepare that way. And so prepare mentally, prepare emotionally, prepare physically. And those are some of the things that he shared with me. And taking care of my body. He shared with me how to take care of my body. Massages, chiropractic, ice tubs, and everything else. Eating right. All of that stuff. So it was just great wisdom.
Wow. That's awesome.
Wow.
Jerry,
Yeah,
you said you was in
that's
the military, right?
I'm sorry?
You said you was in the military, correct?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
your service.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you for keeping us
Thank you.
safe. Thank you for providing the freedom that we all enjoy. And trust me, there isn't an NFL football player that do not respect our men and women in the armed forces.
I know that, and I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. And Chris, I'll check that place out in Springfield.
Yes, sir. Okay, man. To see you there.
All right.
All right, Jerry.
All right.
Be good, brother.
All right,
Peace,
Jerry.
guys.
What was your experience with Walter Payton? Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing?
I said I have got
Dad,
to go
what's
say hi
happening?
to my Chris, my brother.
Yes.
for so
Oh,
long.
it's so good to see you.
It is so good to see you. I've been watching.
Oh,
Y'all are doing amazing. The energy
Oh.
is good. Energy is great.
when you get buddies together, that's what happens.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I am great. How about you? You doing okay?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We all managing, doing ma'am.
I've
Doing
been
well.
listening. Y'all are doing incredible.
And we winning too, so you know we giving it to E. Because he was talking
I didn't
junk
come to have
since
that
last
kind of
night.
conversation with you. I did not come to have that kind of conversation. That is the one thing we don't have in common.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my
I got,
goodness.
I have love for Cowboy Nation is deep.
That's right.
When I left LA and moved to Dallas, it just happened. It just happened.
It just happened.
So the funny thing, y'all, I just have to say, Chris and I have known each other for probably longer than anybody in this world.
When I was a little kid,
Oh, Chris.
21 or something.
You were so cute, though.
Oh, thank you.
No, guess what? I'm saying that, but I was 23, 24. So I'm like,
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, Lord.
I think so, because I moved to LA. I was 23, 22, 23. And I just remember you, of course, yeah. Just running around, like, just happy at the parties. And
That's right. Dancing
So
to High Five.
always.
My love.
Always. Now it's like, I'm like, he's all
In your
like,
backyard
grown
at that party. My love.
up.
Early
Look at
90s
that.
is the bomb. Early 90s is the bomb.
Like
Yeah.
the best music, the best time. I mean, I really miss it. But then, y'all, I got to audition for Chris one time for a film, and I did not get the part.
That's right. We never did the movie though. We never did that.
Are you
I think
serious?
it was 00 Soul. We never did the movie.
So I really
you would've
didn't
got the
lose
part.
out. I didn't lose out.
No, you didn't lose out. No, we didn't do the movie.
Oh, okay. I believe in second chances, Chris. So
That's right.
let's go back and do that film.
Let's make it happen. Okay. Let me pull up that script and see if we can get it together.
It was a girl in her swimsuit on the beach. So maybe we'll just change it up a little bit.
We can change it. We
I
can
can
change
play
it
your
up.
sidekick.
It was
I'll
a
play your
James Bond themed movie, and I always want to do something like that. So I'm gonna see if we can make that happen.
I can play your sidekick,
That's right.
or I can play the Bond girl, the soul Bond girl.
Yep. All right.
I got my
all right.
Afro puff.
Let's
Come
do it. Let's do it.
All right.
See, this is how notable works. Everybody jumps in whenever they want to jump in. However
I
they
love
want to
it.
jump in.
Whenever they
From
want.
Elijah to Patty
Yeah.
out here.
I
mean,
love your
everybody
son.
jump in.
Your son just come right in there.
Look, I
What's up,
came out
Daddy?
of my bonnet for y'all. I was in my bonnet. And I
Oh.
said, wait a minute, I gotta go get in real quick and say
Uh,
hi. And then
I'm so glad you got in. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, good.
Appreciate
Pat,
it.
let me
Appreciate it.
introduce
Thank
you to
you.
Jesse here. Jesse here is hosting. You know, Lauren is normally hosting as well. So Jesse,
know.
we're trying Jesse today. Jesse's doing a great job.
You really are.
I hope so. I'm bringing that energy you're talking about. I'm not friends with these guys. I wish I was. I'll be honest. I wish I was. I wish we're all in the same place.
We
right
friends now.
now. Oh, we're gonna be close. I'm only 4 hours away from Atlanta right now, so who knows? Maybe we
Oh,
go down to
cool.
Parsley, get a hot dog or two.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Uh,
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, you
down
won't get
called
so,
Underground Atlanta. We'll have a good time down there. So yeah, it'll be a good time. But yeah,
All right.
guys, we're having a good time though. We're having
You
fun.
in Huntsville? Where you at?
Tennessee, East Tennessee.
East. Okay.
I'm from Minnesota, so I came down here and I was like, what's up with these accents? I can't understand anyone. But,
What you talking about, man? What you talking
it's a
about?
little country. It's a little country, southern accent.
Yeah.
But you know what? Once you're part of the family,
oh, I love it.
That's right.
You're part
This
of the
energy
family.
drink.
Yeah.
And I
That's
the
time.
sheets start getting sore, man. You guys.
Yeah.
well, welcome.
So Jesse, once you bring someone else back in the room, let's get some more questions in.
Oh, most definitely. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in.
thank
Dad, good to see
Love
you.
you, Chris. I love
Thank you.
Love y'all. Love you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Nice to meet you.
We got this.
Ward, did you win a championship down in Tampa with Sapp?
Man, stop bringing up old stuff. No, man, I left.
Oh,
Why
man.
you hurt?
I
Why
though.
hurt my feelings right now, man?
Oh man, you the greatest.
So here's
Man, you're on a wound.
Oh man, because I said if you did, I didn't want to not say it, so I had to say it.
It's all good.
You my boy.
Need to be asked, and I got another one for you. So here's the interesting thing.
Man, before we get started, let me just say this, man. Do y'all realize my Cowboys have given up 27 points, and the half is not even over?
And we love it.
Yeah.
Hell, the Falcons might go in at halftime and continue to score while we're on break.
And
That's the goal. That's the goal.
The Falcons are used to
But
blowing.
we're driving in, and I tell you, if we punch this in and we score before the half, game is gonna be over. We coming back in the third or fourth quarter.
No, we ain't letting them come back, man.
Ain't no let in it. We will come back. Ain't no let.
Let me tell you, Dan Quinn got the win. That's all I gotta say. He got the win.
Dan Quinn got the win.
He got to win.
I like it. Dan Quinn got the win.
That's right. He got the win.
All right. So, I mean, you talk about those questions and stuff like that. Interesting thing, too. So, obviously, you got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you got, TikTok, but we got a girl that was following us on Twitter. And she was wondering, hey, can I ask some questions? Hey, can I get in here somehow? And you know what? Why not? We're a family bunch. We're friendly. So we're going to bring her in right now. And she's got a question about the game right now. And she, did it via Twitter and everything like that. So here she comes.
What's up, love? How are you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hey, how you doing?
Wonderful. So I'm going to mute this game right here. This game I'm not very happy with, I got to tell you.
Oh, why not?
I love it. I love
Me
it.
too.
I love the game right now.
No,
It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, too.
There's another half to go. There's another half to go. It's going to be a beautiful day in Texas.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, what do you guys think about the number of touches that Pollard is receiving, and how would you guys utilize him?
For me, I think Pollard is touching the ball just enough. I think he probably need to touch the ball a little bit more, considering that our tight end Blake Jurin is down. And we need to get bodies on the football field that can make plays and create more space. So utilizing Zeke and Pollard at the same time in the backfield, I think that's a great thing to do. Mike McCarthy is going to be more creative and give us a chance to really leverage the talent that we have. But you have to have that balance. Zeke is going to get his touches. And I think having Pollard there only adds another dimension to our offense. Warrick, you have any comments on that?
Yes, they don't need touches. We need them to stay on the sideline and doing this game right now. We need to continue to play great defense. So they don't need any more touches.
No, they need it.
That's right.
There's Zeke right there at the backfield. Zeke got the backfield. Pollard is second at 20-5, man. What's going on with my Cowboys?
They just getting
they
beat.
just hurt my feelings right now. Second
They
at
just
25.
get beat. It's just not their day. Not today.
No, it is today. This is the day that the Lord has made for the Dallas
For the
Cowboys.
Falcons. You
For
said
the
the
Dallas
Falcons.
Cowboys. Why you think we got a roof? Got an opening in our roof so God can look down on this favorite team?
That stadium too big. You can't get no feel. It's too big.
But what I will say though is that it's going to take Coach McCarthy some time to really understand the talents of both of those guys. Yep. Then he'll come up with packages to make sure both guys are on the field at the same time. It's just going to take some time for. Well, it's going to take some time for all.
What Warrick was saying, it is going to take some time for Coach McCarthy to get acquainted with his talent, and he'll come up with packages for Zeke as well as Pollard, and the combination of both of them together, and that will help the offense itself expand in different categories and different areas and create matchup issues for the defense. That's where you were going with that, right, Warrick?
Yeah. My brother tried to call me, so yeah. But I just think, over the course of time, he's going to really understand his personnel. Most coaches go through that. where they try to understand and learn their personnel. This is his first year. So just give him a few games to really understand the strengths and weaknesses of both players. Then he's going to figure out a package. And I mean, I like his offense. He utilizes the running backs out of the backfield. He's going to move some guys around. So just give it some time, but they don't need to make it happen today. And when they play the Falcons in the future, they don't need to make it happen then. They just need to.
But I will say this. You're right. Those packages are great and everything else. But here's the thing. When you think about where they are right now and what Coach is doing, these packages are there and will be there to just grow the offense in different areas and different directions. Yep. And what McCarthy is doing right now is trying to manage this game accordingly and not wear Zeke out and give Pollard some chances. Now, if you're asking the question if Pollard is getting too many carries and too many touches, if that's really your question, I don't think so. I think there's the right balance there and the right mix. Okay? Thank you. Have a
Let's hope he missed his field goal.
Come back in the third and fourth quarter. So I don't have to listen to this prophet over here.
They ain't coming back.
Hey guys, we want to be able to auction off these items, phenomenal items. Hey Chris, I'll take that movie poster whenever you can get it to me. That's fine.
You got it.
I love it. But we also have a couple of items too. Like I said, we got the Warrick Dunn Emmitt Smith football. You want that. I want that. I think everyone wants that. You just gotta, go up to that gavel, up your bid, and get after it. And that's your item. You can keep that for life. Whatever you want to do with it. You want to be buried with it, doesn't matter. We also have a nice lithograph too, signed by Emmitt Smith. Get after that too. Hanging up in your wall, movie room, whatever you want to do with it. Those are amazing things right there. But I'll keep on bringing people in. Keep on getting you guys asking more questions too. So next one up, it's Catch 22.
Let's even this up, Emmitt. 2 on 2. I got your back.
You got my back. Thank you.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Not today. Not today.
Well, nice to see y'all, guys. I agree with Pat. This is some great energy. I've been really enjoying the conversation. Chris, you're hilarious. Love it.
Thank you, man.
I just don't like them dirty birds very much.
Hey, man, we sorry about that.
They put some droppings out there on our football field. That's not cool.
I'll tell you what. We need a cleanup crew. We need a touchdown and a stop just to feel good about things.
Man, Julio ain't even warmed up yet, man. When Julio warm up and Hurley, man, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
It ain't happening today.
Guys, it's gonna happen.
I wanted to elaborate a little bit on
31, Falcons 27.
What?
Final score.
We can all wish. It's cool. Just go ahead.
Well, I'm coming to you guys from Arizona. Place Emmitt once played. Love to watch him play here. He really, I think, helped the Cardinals, create a new culture there. But I'm Cowboys all the way. So this is my question from Arizona Lou. Being that Warrick and Emmitt, you were both part of the NFL's 10,000-yard club. You were both very durable players during your career. And just like you guys elaborated on in the last question, we've got this new trend of running back by committee. And I just want to elaborate on that. How do you look at it from a player standpoint? Because really, Emmitt, watching you play against the Giants with that separated shoulder, I knew you didn't have no committee. And, I know guys are hungry for the ball. So how do you think the players feel about that?
You want to go first, Warrick?
Well, I think, the guys are really starting to understand that these teams, these offenses, they want to play in space. Most guys really want to just spread you out and just do the dink and dunk thing. For me, I wanted to be more of an every down back. I mean, that was my thing. I want to be labeled as a scat back. I mean, they tried to do that to me early in my career so I can catch punts and all those things. I wanted to prove that I could run inside and outside. But today's game is just things are changing. The way they value running backs today is a lot different than when I played. And the way that they utilize them is so much more multidimensional. They're going to catch the ball. They're going to run the ball. It's just not going to be an even tote week in and week out. So I just think guys have to, you know, try to figure out a way how the best that they can get into a rhythm to contribute. So it's going to be tough. And you're going to see they're going to utilize, instead of running, they use short passing game to really get guys involved. So it's an adjustment for everybody.
Yeah, I think the game has evolved to the point where if you are a running back and you are just one-dimensional, that's all that you're going to get. You're only going to have opportunities just to do the one-dimensional thing. And it limits your ability to help disguise and expand the offensive game plan and system. So I think it's absolutely paramount for any young kid right now that's growing up to learn different positions, learn wide receiver, learn how to run the ball, learn how to block, learn what the tight end does, understand systems and recognize defenses. So you create enough diversity and enough talent growth wherever you're on the football field, you can run pass routes, you can run the ball, you can block, you can be all of those things. Those are the things that I wanted EJ, my son, to learn. He grew up playing wide receiver. He didn't really play running back until he got to junior high school. Then they really put him at running back. He was a wide receiver. He was a running back playing wide receiver. So he run routes and trained as a wide receiver, but we never really worked on his running back skills. But once they put the ball in his hand, his God-given talent came out. His DNA showed up, and he did his thing. And so it created this diversity, kind of like Christian McCaffrey, if you will. He could be an every down back. The question about the difference between being an every down back is, can you handle the punishment and carry the load week in and week out? That's really the difference. And I think why you go to running back committee is because they don't believe that that person can handle the pounding, or they only want so much pounding on that one body. So it can work. It works a number of different ways.
Makes
Well,
sense.
Emmitt, I also think too that today the game is guys are looking for contact. They're trying to, instead of dodging guys, I tried to run and you're not going to touch me. I'm trying to make sure I make guys miss. Guys today, they want to actually hit people. I'm just like, the game is to make someone miss, score a touchdown. They actually want to initiate contact, which is kind of strange to me. So for me, I'm not trying to get touched at all.
You like Floyd Mayweather. You was not trying to get hit.
Not at all.
Yeah, I was
Floyd Mayweather football.
Yeah, I was running for my life. You know?
Floyd is best.
That's funny. I would have played like you. You ain't touching me, dude. I
also got down in the fetal position too when I got tackled. I just always balled up. I wasn't going to give you a good shot to hit me.
It's small. It's small.
I got small. To feel sorry for you.
Small. Yeah, but that's what the game is just. The game is just gone in a different direction. So it's a different mentality. And definitely for coaches too, offense is the way they utilize these guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to keep guys fresh.
Yep.
That boy Ridley is on fire today. Ridley is on fire. They double teaming Julio and forgot about Ridley.
Man, be quiet.
Oh, man, we almost got an extra one. We almost got one.
We're going to get a stop.
Come on, touchdown. We'll get a touchdown.
Holding.
There it is. Touchdown, Julio.
Oh, my God.
Dog it. He threw it out of bounds.
Almost.
Flag? Do we have a flag?
Should have been a flag.
Yeah. On Dallas. So Emmitt and Warrick, what other running backs y'all grew up watching other than Walter Payton? What other, like you said, oh man, I want to be like him? Or
go ahead, Warrick.
Shoot, man. Barry was one of my guys. Barry. Barry was, I mean, sometimes I didn't even think he had ligaments, right? I mean, it was crazy. My idol growing up was Tony Dorsett.
Yeah.
And I looked up Tony Dorsett and Gail Sayers. Gail Sayers was just like so smooth. I mean, he wasn't a real big guy, so smooth. So those are the guys that I love to watch. And then when you watch guys, Emmitt will tell you, you do watch a guy, you may take a little bit of their game and add it to your game and those things. So you do learn things from other people by watching.
Whoa. They did a movie about Gail Sayers, right? They did that movie.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you guys what. I want to reminisce a little bit because this game ain't going so well. I'll never forget that play, Emmitt, when you guys were against Atlanta and you came out of that crowd of guys. I mean, 5, 6 guys I don't even know hit you. You bounced off of everybody. Then Dion pushed you out, and you ended up under the benches over there.
Yeah, Chris remember that too. It was
on
Monday night.
I was too young.
That's what I'm saying. Man,
why you bringing up old stuff?
Yeah, why you bringing up old stuff, man?
Because we got to find something positive to talk about, man. This right here is 29. We gave.
Hey, he went in the archive.
29 points in the first half.
Yo.
He done went into the archives for that one right there.
Yeah, I know way back. Bringing up old stuff.
Hey. It is what it is. Man.
That's right. So Emmitt, so who did you look up to? And then also tell me, why is Dallas? I'm gonna give y'all some props. Worldwide, everybody loved Dallas from all over the Middle East, them boys love. They can't wait to buy that team, but Jerry ain't gonna let them go. So why do they love that team so much? And who did you look up to other than Walter?
I'll tell you why. Okay, first of all, who I looked up to. First of all, Walter was obviously my guy.
Okay.
Jim Brown was a guy that I looked at as well.
My buddy.
My folks told me about Jim Brown, and I never really got a chance to see him play outside of highlights, but Walter I got a chance to see play.
Wow.
Dorsett was a guy that I followed. And then I went to guys that were more closer to me, like Eric Dickerson, Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, Herschel Walker. All those kind of guys, that's who I started growing up with.
Okay.
And so, and then you just try to take a piece of all of their game because all of them brought something different to the table. Eric Dickerson had the prettiest running style I've ever seen.
Straight up.
I mean, and when he fell, he felt like he was falling on pillows. I mean, he never hit the ground hard, and he played for Atlanta as well later in his career.
Oh,
yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but those are the guys that I looked at and looked up to growing up. I used to have. I wore my face mask was because Eric Dickerson had his face mask like that.
Yeah.
He had an igloo face mask, and so that's how I wore mine. And so I had him in my locker. I had Peyton in my locker. I had Bo Jackson in my locker. Yes, that face mask right there, the ED face mask.
Oh,
baby.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's hot.
That's old school right there. That's old school.
Yeah. Now,
greatness breeds greatness.
Now, to answer your question in terms of why the Cowboys are the Cowboys because back in the day, can't remember exactly the year, the NFL approached the Cowboys and the NFL teams about doing this Thursday game and this Thanksgiving game. And so many teams didn't want to do it. But the Cowboys and the Lions decided to do it. And so they were the first ones to do the Thanksgiving games. Well, as you know, Thanksgiving is a national and perhaps even an international holiday.
Yeah.
And so on those days, the Cowboys would play and the Lions would play. That's why the Lions would have the early game and the Cowboys have the late game. And so the world got a chance to see the Cowboys.
Oh, that's how they became the America's team.
Because that, as well as the Cowboys, did a very good job of sending out Dallas Cowboy Weekly newspapers around the globe. And people got a chance to recognize the Dallas Cowboys brand and its cheerleaders on a global stage. And it's been that way ever since.
Okay. I didn't know that.
That's the story I was told. That's what I recall. And that's the one I'm going to stick with.
Yep.
So Lewis, thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for chiming in. We got some other questions coming up behind you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Brother.
It's it's halftime. Obviously, you're seeing the highlights right now. Everyone, across the league and everything like that. So, it's kind of like a 5-minute warning, 10-minute warning. Auctions are going to be ending soon, right at the end of halftime. So, if you guys want to get those bids in, Warrick Dunn football, Emmitt Smith signed football. That lithograph. There's plenty of other things on there, jersey, helmet, everything like that. So, just get your auctions in. Chris, you were asking,
Yes, sir.
who they looked up to. Who'd you look up to?
Yeah.
Man, Richard Pryor.
Oh,
Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, man. When I saw Eddie Murphy in 48 Hours in prison singing Roxanne, you don't have to live for money. When he did that, me and my brothers, and we couldn't wait till he came back on the screen because we identified with him, man. And it was and Richard Pryor walking down in the prison and stir crazy. It was, man, them was the movies that we went to the family went to the movies to see, and I was introduced to those guys. And Stir Crazy, my friend up the street, family friend, brought the VCR tape down the street and showed us Delirious. And we got cable, saw Rocky 3 for the first time. It was on like popcorn. That was it, man. That was us.
Have you ever come in contact with those guys? Obviously, I know Richard Pryor's gone, but obviously you and Eddie were kind of in the same.
Yeah, man. I'm friends with Eddie Murphy. Every time I'm around in LA, I go up his house, see if he's around. And Richard Pryor came to one of my shows in '95. I never forget it. And I asked him how did I do? And he said, you were funny. You were funny. So I never forget that. He came to my show. A lot of people can't say that. His wife brought him. He was in the wheelchair, but he's still talking. And he was, slowing down. But he came to see one of my shows. And I knew I wasn't the greatest that night, but he still said I was good. So and at the time, I didn't realize how big that was. I was young. I didn't know. But now I think back at it, I said, Richard Pryor came to my show. That's crazy. So it was a gift that he gave me, man. I'll never forget.
So Chris, what kind of relationship you have with Cube?
Oh, a great one, man. Cube is a great guy. Every time we see
Cube.
each other, we just chop it up, and I love him, man, because he let me do my thing. And if it wasn't for his innovation, man, because he wanted a new, fresh comedian when we did the first Fridays, because you had people that was out there that was hot, but he wanted somebody new and fresh, and I was that new guy coming off of Def Jam and was fresh, and they gave me that shot, man, and starring Fridays, and then that was all she wrote. That was my first star role.
On your day off, Craig?
Yeah, I was wrong, man. Yep.
How you gonna get fired on your day off?
What you do? Your friends always think you did something. I ain't do nothing. What you do?
One of the best movies ever. So we got
Thank you, man.
We got one more question. It's Deb5 Key. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if she's a Cowboys fan, a Falcons fan, a Colts fan. I don't even know at this point. So, she doesn't have anything with it. So we'll bring up Deb5 Key.
This is the first year for our new coach, and y'all brought that up, and I was really glad you did, because, my gosh, he's going to be the greatest we've had for a long time, but he's got to have time. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. He's got to have time to develop the team and be able to work his magic. So, I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to have a good year. And I think we're doing pretty darn good for not having preseason and not having all, the summer activities and stuff. And I'm going to let you go. I'm sorry. Next time I will be better. And
no problem. We want to address that question because you're absolutely right. I think we're living in an instant gratification world right now where everybody wants things now, which is so unfortunate because nobody has a lot of people don't have the patience that's required to develop something into something very special. In order to develop something into greatness, it's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
You have to build it, and you have to allow the team, the organization, to start to buy into the system. This
Right.
is his first year, but no excuses. The team should be playing better.
Yeah,
The
they
players
should.
should do their part in terms of protecting that football, because the football is the most important thing on the field, not your yards, not your catches, not your throws. It's the football. Protect,
Yeah.
protect, protect, protect the football. You do that, you may not be down 29-10. You might be down 14 or 17-10. If you just protect the football alone, because the Falcons, you've given up short field and everything else. So you're right. The team and Coach McCarthy are going to need time, and all Dallas Cowboy fans need to be patient and allow this process to take place. Now, how much time he needs, I don't know. It can happen quickly because he has enough talent, and he needs to replace some of that talent because you got guys injured, but so does the Falcons.
Yeah.
So there is no excuses here. We just got to get our job done. And some of those fundamental things is just protecting the football and blocking assignments and not getting beat as a man. You gotta fight. So that's my take.
Yeah, I would second that. It does come down to fundamentals. I mean, in the coach's first year, he's still figuring things out. He knows what he wants to do, but he has to also go out and acquire the players to do that. So in the meantime, you really rely on your fundamentals. And if you can do that as players, limit your mistakes so that you're not hurting the team. I just think those guys need to have a little bit more focus. And today, I don't think they're as focused and as sharp as I know Emmitt would like them to be. We were like that last week when we played Seattle. We weren't focused. We weren't sharp. And you could just see a different Falcon team this week where they're intentional about how they're trying to play football and what they're trying to establish. So you have to have guys who are intentional week in and week out of really just trying to move the needle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you made
All
a
right.
good point
Well,
before.
thank you, love.
Okay. See you, but I'll see you
good
another
and get
time.
well.
Thank you.
And get well.
Yep.
Well, guys, I think
All
we're
right,
coming to the
take
end.
care.
I can't take this junk no more from you guys. I mean, this
Is this the end? I want to know. Is this the end? Emmitt, what I tell you, baby? What I tell you? I love your shirt because the Falcons have been great today, and the greatness is down here in Atlanta.
Oh, man. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I might have to
this
switch the lines
is
a
going to
little
be the
bit
end
there.
of this particular show.
Yeah.
But the game is not over. The show must go on,
That's right.
Hey,
and we will finish.
I'm
And
gonna
we
be
will
honest,
get
though.
back in this game. It's not
I'm-
over.
after
That's
that, after that rendition, though, I might have to change teams a little bit. I might be cheering for the Dirty Birds pretty soon after
Woo!
that. There.
Oh, hey,
See, we talked about
Birdie,
this
son.
earlier.
You three, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you guys want to say? I'll leave it to you guys.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Warrick Dunn is a Jackson. He is the last Jackson. He is Randy Jackson. Warrick talk just like the Jacksons. What's up, man? How you doing? They talk soft. They talk soft. What's up? What's happening, man?
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta
You
tell
know,
everybody,
man, it's
man,
all
that you're a
good, man. Nah, man, I'm a done, baby. I'm a done. You know, I'm just chilling. You know, I'm just laid back, cooling. You know, just a Louisiana boy. But you know,
You
but
look
man,
like a
no, I
Jackson,
just
though.
want to
You
say,
look like a
Emmitt, man, I can't sing though. I just try to start singing too. Like I can't do it. But Emmitt, man, I appreciate you inviting me on. It was good to catch up and to see you, and I know Chris. I'll probably see you around town, you know. But
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask you for some money when I see you, though. I'm gonna ask you for some money when I see you, though. So
You got
just
it.
know that.
You got. I'm gonna ask
All
you
right.
back for some, and want to play some golf up there. You know.
All right. Bring food by so I can cook it for you. I like to cook.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
thank you, Emmitt, man. Hey, appreciate it. You guys, man, are two of the legends, man. I'm honored to be on here with you guys. Two of the baddest running backs ever that played the game, and it's just an honor, man. Love you guys. You know it.
love you guys. Thank you too. But I just want to say thank you guys for taking the time out today. I've enjoyed it, even though my Cowboys are getting smashed right now.
Oh, I love it.
I'm expecting us to come back. There's a flag on the play. Hopefully it's against your Falcons because we just made a big play to CD Lamb. So,
Oh.
but But let me just say this, man. This is a notable platform. This is the platform for us to just interact like we just did and invite people into the room. So I thank you guys for coming in. Chris, I appreciate you taking the time. Warrick, I appreciate you taking the time. And the viewers that are out there also, we're very sorry that we didn't get to your questions. But this is just a way to introduce you to the platform itself. I'm doing this every week. Next week, I think who we play? We play Seattle, I believe, next week. So I'm going to be getting somebody from the Seattle team to come up and be a part of this as well. And hopefully we get a win today because I hate to see us start off 0-2. It'd be better for the Falcons to start off 0-2 than the Cowboys because it makes for a miserable week of work. But at the end of the day, I had fun today.
Me too, man.
Today, I had a good
time. Definitely
energy and everything else. And it's all because you two guys made it huge. So, and also thank you to Mike Mills for coming in and Chris for coming in as well. So, and everyone else, peace out.